Going into camp, you still feeling as good as you have past 5-6 years?
Feeling as good? I'm feeling, I'd say, much better this year. Working through a few things as always, but getting back into shape is never easy. But feeling good. Today was a little better than yesterday, and I assume it's going to get better every single day. But yeah, it's just great to be out here. Great to get away from the Florida heat finally and be in a manageable climate for once. Just feeling good. Excited to get the year rolling.
Hardest hitting question here. What inspired the haircut?
Oh, it's 95 degrees and 90% humidity in Florida. It's not very good with the long hair, and I had a big gross beard, so I think I'm going to just buzz it all off by next week, so I'll be like a little tennis ball
Had
head.
a buzz cut.
A couple years ago, not too long. People forget it fast. I grow my hair out. They're like, oh, I've never had short hair before. I was like, huh. I had a buzz cut for a good 2-3 years.
You obviously went through a contract negotiation of your own, but just seeing Justin get that deal, what was your reaction?
No, it was I'm super excited for him. Was just sitting in the locker room, and we're middle of a conversation, and Chris Rumpf goes, holy. We're like, oh, what? Well, I thought what we were talking about wasn't that interesting, so it must have been something else. But yeah, it's unbelievable. He obviously deserves it. I've been giving him a hard time. But he's just I was saying in an interview yesterday that he's the exact kind of guy that you want to give that opportunity to. Just so humble. I mean, I know he's going to do great things for his family with that money, and probably even better things for his community and a lot of people that need it. But yeah, I'm super excited. He deserves every penny of it, and I mean, I think he's just going to get better and better.
You talked a lot about sort of growing into a leadership role, understanding how important it is to be around your teammates, over the course of your career. Does signing a contract like that influence, growing into a leadership role at all from your experience?
It's an interesting dynamic. I know personally how I felt. It's a weird thing to be signing a contract for that amount of money, especially when you're just playing a sport that you've been playing your whole life. But yeah, I think Justin just wants the team to respect him, and he maybe is a little worried that we'll perceive him differently after this, but it couldn't be farther from the truth. That just speaks to the kind of guy he is. He just wants the respect, and he just wants to be one of the guys and be a great teammate. So I think maybe it'll push him a little more to be a vocal leader, but I think he's grown every single year into that role, and besides being a vocal leader, it's I think more important the way he carries himself around the facility and the way he carries himself every game day. So yeah, it could be a factor, but I think he's been heading towards that very well over the last few years.
What's been your sense of just kind of the competitiveness and the atmosphere out here through 2 days?
Yeah, it's exciting. I think everybody's just excited to get out here and compete. A lot of the young guys, I feel, are competing really hard. I love the group that we have in the edge room. I feel like there's not one guy that couldn't make the team if they do their best out there with the opportunities that they have. I know Khalil's feeling a lot better, and I'm feeling a lot better than this time last year, so it's just exciting to be out here. Just trying to make the most of it every day. I know I'm year 8. I can't believe it already. It's getting I probably feel a lot older than I actually am, but no, my goal is to really just try to enjoy every day and not look ahead and just take it one day at a time. And I think so far it's been a great couple days.
Around this time last year. Oh, go ahead, Jeff. Sorry.
This third year in Staley's defense, is there a sense things could be coming around? Do you feel more comfortable? Do you think just as a unit, this could be a step forward kind of season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the more time you get to spend in a system, the more comfortable you get. I think DA as the coordinator is doing a really good job bringing the energy every single day. He's very descriptive in the meetings. He's doing a really good job. he's been on us all off season, shooting us texts, making sure we're up to good. I was gonna say no good, but
No bad.
yeah, no bad, exactly. But yeah, I think for me personally, I found things that work for me and maybe haven't worked for me. So I'll make some adjustments that I've kind of learned over the last couple of years. Obviously, didn't get too much time last year in the system, but yeah, I think guys are, rather than learning what to do day one, they're just perfecting what they already know. And then having a guy like Eric running the defense is it's special. He's a great leader out there, and I think he's going to facilitate the defense in a way that we haven't had. And obviously, at Derwin, it's like having two quarterbacks on the defense out there. So I think they're getting more comfortable. And as EK keeps learning the defense more and more, I mean, he's been around, so he gets it quick. But yeah, I think it's coming together even more so than before.
You mentioned with Eric facilitating the defense maybe differently or at a different level. What does that look like on the field? Like, what specifically does that look like?
Just his communication. I think whatever year he's going into, I think it's 9. He's obviously played on some incredible defenses and been a leader for a long time. So just have a guy with confidence out there that's making the calls with no hesitation is, and just a guy that you could trust to do everything right out there. Not that we haven't had great players at the linebacker position before, but it's just a step up when you have a guy come in that's an all-pro guy like that.
Joey, what are your impressions of
Thule's great. He's everything that you could possibly want in a rookie. Physically gifted. He does everything right. He calls me sir, which is weird. Yes, sir. I'm like not that old, but he's just a great guy. He's the nicest guy. He's probably knows the playbook better than me already. He's just on top of his stuff 100%. Just wants to learn, just wants to get better. So I think the whole room of rookies and everybody else is great. Like I said, usually there's one or two guys that you're like, all right, they're just here for now. But I genuinely believe that each one of them have a shot to make this team. Obviously, you can't keep all 8, but I think all the guys have a great shot because they're all good people. They're smart. They know their plays, and they've all been working really hard. So it's been a great start.
big emphasis on obviously stopping the run, especially with the way the last 2 years have kind of gone? And what does that kind of look like for you guys to be able to do that, slow it down more?
Yeah, I think the run game is a big focus on both sides of the ball this year. Coach Staley has brought it up the last couple meetings. Obviously, it's still only day 2, but once we get the pads on, I'm sure we're going to be working that plenty. For me specifically, I felt like my run defense has kind of gone down in the last couple years. So I'm super focused. Obviously, the pass rushing is a big part of my game, but I'm super focused on having more of an impact in the run game, and I hope that trickles down to everybody else. But I think we just need to be a little more aggressive up front and stop just locking on to guys and doing our job. We need to really make plays, beat a guy, get off of him quick, and make plays in the backfield, which is a big emphasis for us this year.
On field time together last year, but how much does it help going into the second season having familiarity with Khalil?
Yeah, I mean I'm probably as close with him as anybody I've ever played with, and having he's like a big brother in a way. Having a guy that's an elite player kind of complements me differently. We obviously have our different styles, but just as a friend and as a person, I'm really happy to have him on the team. I've said that a bunch of times already, but we all know the player he can be and the player he is. And after dealing with his foot surgery last year, he's coming out flying, feeling great. We both put some weight on, so we're both feeling good. But yeah, I think just as camp goes on, the chemistry will grow stronger and stronger, and by the first week, I think we'll be out there to dominate again.
I was going to ask if there's any area that you personally want to improve on or work on, but it sounds like maybe, is it the run game?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're always trying to improve on everything, but I specifically tried to really eat good and put some weight on this offseason, get back to my kind of weight that I was at a few years ago, where I could really use my power, really handle guys in the run and be more effective in that part of the game. I mean, I was playing around 250 last year. I'm probably 265, 260. I mean, camp is rough, so after a long day, I probably lost some weight, but I've been training around 265, close to 270 this offseason, so I just think I'll be a much more effective player in pass rush with my power and to be able to play the run a little more dirty, I kind of played at that weight for my first 4 or 5 years, and just recently with the outside linebacker stuff kind of have felt comfortable dropping, but I think it's a big part of my game to be able to be powerful and be strong, and I think that was definitely a good change this offseason.